We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle. Today, more baseball. We're only a couple days away. We had our first couple of games of college football, so we've at least had that. That was over the weekend. So that was a good start to that. Before we jump into baseball today, I know I was out the last 3 days. Friday was a slightly profitable day. Saturday was an awesome day. Sunday took away the profits from both. So, not ended up being like a break-even weekend. I posted about I posted about my good day on Saturday, and of course I can't have anything nice. So, it is what it is. Whatever. Hopefully we can kind of bounce back today and go from there. I will say I have that game typed up. Why are there so many TBDs on covers? Looks like I'm using MLB today. Because that is stupid how many TBDs are on freaking are on freaking covers. That's so stupid when there's really no TBDs today. So yeah, that's no fun. But we are currently live on multiple platforms. We're obviously live on TikTok. Hi, TikTok. We're also live on YouTube, on the Earle Sports Bets YouTube channel, on ESP's Twitch, and my personal Twitter. Make sure you guys are following over here. By the way, update with the TikTok. I'm going to still continue to go live. I was trying to set it up so I had YouTube TikTok Studio on my computer, and then also use StreamYard for YouTube. And unfortunately, this is the best I can do for TikTok because I can't have the same mic work for TikTok Studio and for StreamYard. And same deal with cameras. I have two separate cameras, but it won't allow me to use, if I open up TikTok Live Studio first, it won't let me open up the camera for StreamYard, and vice versa. If I open up StreamYard first, it won't let me use it for TikTok. So unfortunately, this is going to be the best I could do for TikTok. If you guys want the full screen, where here, I'll quickly show you what I'm working with on YouTube. So YouTube people see that, and that's all the games I'm going to go over and cover. So that's what and then as I'm clicking through the games, that's what you guys kind of see. So you guys know what games are going on. So if you want that, then you guys can hop over to the YouTube channel and go from there. But for TikTok, this is going to be the best I could do until I can figure out how to connect my TikTok account to StreamYard. So, but we'll go ahead and jump into today's card. We'll start off with the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. The Red Sox are minus 115 with a total of 9.5. The Red Sox are coming off of their game last night in Yankee Stadium for Sunday Night Baseball. They did lose that game. So they are coming off of a loss, but they won 3 out of 4. And obviously Sunday night they played at Sunday Night Baseball, and then so it's kind of a interesting spot for them. And they've got Bernardino going. Bernardino has pitched in 49 games this year. He started one of them. He's got a 2.93 ERA and 46 innings pitched. So in short, we're not going to go crazy with him because he's not going to pitch more than an inning. Or if he does, it's 1 1/3 or 1 2/3. So I'm not going crazy with Mr. Brendan Bernardino. On the opposite side, we got Mr. Tomoyuki Suganu. Tomoyuki Suganu for the Orioles, who has been probably the most consistent pitcher for the Orioles this season. 24 starts, a 10-5 record with a 3.97 ERA, 131 innings pitched with 58 earned runs, 30 walks, and 85 strikeouts. I bet if the Orioles had 5 Suganus on their team, they're competing for the division this year. Their pitching has been dog shit, if they had 5 Saganus on their pitching staff, I think they're actually pretty good considering that some of the other guys. But so pitching advantage is going to go towards Baltimore. Hitting advantage, I really can't. So the Red Sox are going up against a righty. The Red Sox are hitting 103 versus righties. Baltimore is hitting also 103 versus righties. Baltimore's dog crap against the lefties with the 84. I don't know if I could really give a hit. I guess hitting advantage would go towards Boston, but it's not really anything crazy. Here's the deal. I'm going to grab Baltimore to start off my card. And the main reason why I'm going to grab Baltimore is I think it's a bad spot for the Red Sox. Red Sox bullpen game after playing against the Yankees, and it's a short line. I'm grabbing the Orioles to start off my card. So let's go ahead and do that. Bad spot for Boston after 4-game series with NYY and a Sunday night baseball game. Yeah, overall, I just think it's a bad spot. Chasing Icon says, what's a good pair for the Brewers today? I'll be honest, I have not even looked at the Brewers game. I can't even tell you if I'm going to bet the Brewers yet. So you're asking for a pair? I personally don't know yet. So we'll look at that one in a minute. And Robert saying, hi, buddy. Hi, how you doing, Robert? Good to see you today. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game. We got the Braves and the Marlins. Spencer Strider and Edward Cabrera. This should be a fun game. I'm actually excited for this one. Not excited, but you know what I mean. It should be a fun game to watch. Spencer Strider this year has been getting better. 15 starts, a 5-9 record with a 4.04 ERA. He is coming off of getting blown up his last 3 starts, where he's allowed 7 earned runs, 8 earned runs, and 5 earned runs to the White Sox, Mets, and Brewers. So he has not been having a good time as of late. On the opposite side, we get Edward Cabrera, which I am going to give the pitching advantage to Mr. Cabrera. He's pitched in 22 games this year to a 6-7 record, a 3.52 ERA, and 117 2/3 innings pitched, 46 earned runs, 39 walks, and 126 strikeouts. Yes, pitching advantage will go towards the Marlins. Hitting advantage, both of them are against righties. Miami has the hitting advantage, 103 WRC plus for them compared to the Atlanta Braves, who has a 102. So barely, but Marlins have both hitting and pitching advantage in this game. We'll go ahead and look at the line movement and whether or not it agrees. It does, because the Marlins opened up at plus money. Now they're minus money. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump on another play to start the day. We're grabbing the Marlins. We got the Marlins here on the money line versus the Braves. Good morning, Tiffany. How you doing today? Good to see you in the TikTok chat. Make sure you guys are following if you guys are watching over at TikTok. You got Marlins at a good number. Props to you, dude. The best I can get is minus 105. I'm still taking it. I like this spot. Over 8, bad CLV. Doesn't really matter. Morning, Tim. How are you? Astros wanted did they? Marlins with pitching, hitting, and market edge. And hopefully the Marlins can get their wins out of the way now so they can lose this weekend. Anyways, let's keep on rolling. We get the Rays and the Guardians, which I believe this is going to be the first game that I have to look up the pitching matchup from. Nope, I can actually see this. It's Seymour versus Bibby, or Bibby, whatever you want to call him. Ian Seymour. He's a bullpen pitcher, but he's gone 2-3 innings. He's got at least 2 innings his last 5 appearances. This will be the first time he starts a game. 3.86 ERA and 23 innings pitched, so there's nothing crazy. It's a bullpen game. Not going to go buku with that one. taking on Bibby, whatever the hell you want to call him. 25 starts, 9-9 record, 4.62 ERA, and 142 and a third innings pitched, 73 earned runs, 43 walks, 129 strikeouts. I'm going to give it to Mr. Tanner in terms of for pitching advantage. I'm going to give it to him. And then in terms of hitting advantage, we look at it. The Guardians are going up against a lefty to start off. So Cleveland versus lefty. Cleveland's horrible hitting in general, 96 WRC plus. So not going to be a hitting advantage there. Yeah, Tampa Bay has the hitting advantage in this one for sure. So we're going to go Tampa Bay hitting advantage, Cleveland pitching advantage. And from there, we'll look at the that where the line has moved from the minus 150s to minus 115. So heavy movement towards the Rays in this one. And I think that's where we're going to end up going. We're going to go ahead and take Tampa here. So we're going to have 3 plays in 3 games. So that's a fun start to the day. But, boy, that line movement's just nuts on this game. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Rays here. And we can get plus 108 on the money line. Let's grab the Rays in this one. And the Rays have hitting. Hitting and market edge. Beautiful. TikTok chat real quick. How many bets do you usually do a day? Is it always straight bets? Yes, it's always straight bets. And it depends on the card. Sometimes on a short card, I may have 3 or 4. Sometimes on bigger cards, just like baseball, I could have up to 10, 11 plays in a day. Now, when college football comes around and NFL, and then I may have 35, 40 plays in a day. Like, with all the sports combined, I'm not going to – here's the deal. I bet everything kind of straightforward. Like, I'll do the same amount for every single play, and it's not going to be – like, it'll be 2% of my bankroll or whatever, 3% of my bankroll per play. And that's how I'm able to bet every single thing that I want to, instead of the people going, I'm going to bet 10% of my bankroll on 4 plays, and there's 40% of his bankroll right there. It's just like, no, I don't do that. I'm going to bet all my stuff small, and so I have everything bet. Who do you lean with Boston and Baltimore? I'm on Baltimore today. Yes, Baltimore. And then over to the YouTube chat. Robert saying Tampa Bay. Yeah, you got really good CLV on that one for sure. Rays team total over 3.5, minus 105. I like it. Marlins minus 1. Looked at Tampa Bay, but the value is long gone. I kind of feel that. I got Tampa at minus 108. I still like. Here's the deal. It's still plus money, but it's not as good of a line there. Any good hitters versus Bibby? That's a good one. Yeah, good question. Hold on, let me look at that real quick. Rays minus 1 if you could bet it. That could be an option too. And I'll head back to the TikTok track in just a second, guys, because I'm going to look up any good hitters versus Tanner Bybee. And the answer is no. No home runs against Bybee. The highest batting average is 1 for 3. So no outstanding things to look at for that one. Tiffany, I'm excited for the upcoming football season. I'm more excited for college football than NFL, but that's just me. T. Kyle, appreciate you following. Davin's asking Kansas City. We will be looking at that game. How far down? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're down. That game's 5 games away. So Davin, if you're new to the channel, I do a show. It's on YouTube too. And we go through every single game in order. And I'll break down each game as we go through. I cap the games with you guys. So going into the show, there's nothing on the site for baseball. Now, there's already plays on the site for college football already. Like, I got USF at plus 7.5. It's down to a 6. I bet that 2 weeks ago. So keep that in mind. But I don't have any plays right now going into the card, but as the card is going on, that's when I start to get plays. Tiffany, I agree. Love college football. Yes, college football was great. I forgot to recap that one because that was the only good sport this weekend. I had Iowa State, I had Western Kentucky, and I had Hawaii. I also had UC Davis, but that game ended in weather, and it ended up being a no contest. So that one ended up pushing when it should have been a winner, it voided. But yeah. But we'll head to the next game, which is the Nationals and the Yankees. We got Lord versus Schittler. By the way, Thomas, Nerfy, I do not bet those. But I do say if I have an over in the game, obviously I'm going to recommend a Yerfy. If I have an under in a game, I recommend the Nerfy. But I personally don't really do those types of bets unless I have a bonus bet and it's just let me just use it real quick. That could be something, but I really don't bet Nerfies. But Brad Lord this year for the Nationals, 4-6 record, 3.46 ERA. He's pitched in 41 games, 12 of them are starts. He's started his last 12 starts. The last 12 times he appeared, they were all starts. 96 in the third innings pitch, 77 earned runs, 1.25 whip. On the opposite side, we've got Schittler, or Schlittler, or whatever you pronounce his name. I don't care. 7 starts, a 1-2 record with a 3.22 ERA, 36 in the third innings pitch, 36 strikeouts, and a 1.32 whip. Last start, he went into the 7th. He pitched 6 2/3 perfect innings, and then he gave up a hit, and then that was it. And then he got pulled. But he had a really good start. Schittler's going to have the pitching advantage in this one for me. Both of them are facing righties. The Yankees are tied for the best team in baseball versus right-handed pitching, tied with the New York Mets. So that's very interesting to see. So hitting advantage with the Yankees as well. The total is high enough. Could this possibly be a cash cow towards the Yanks? No, the line's not moving in the right direction. The line's not moving there. And yeah, okay, that makes sense. No, not enough for the Yankees to be a play. So now this one's going to be a stay off spot for me. Not really too interested in the Yankees today. So we'll pass on a game. It is not quite a cash cow. It's close, but not quite there. But I'm not going to stop you from betting it. Rowdy saying, morning, brother. Rangers first 5 money line and the Marlins first 5 run line. See you at the window. Stay humble. I am on the Marlins with you. I don't bet first 5s personally. That's just not really my style. But I do like that with you. I do like the Marlins with you. And in terms of Texas, we would be talking about them in 5 or 6 games. So I'm not getting to the Texas game just yet. Lingo saying Nationals plus 1.5. You could probably get a decent line on that. I don't hate it. Although I don't like turning dogs into minus money or favorites into minus money. I don't like doing that, so that's just me. Let's keep on rolling. We'll get the Twins and the Blue Jays. And boy, is this one a good pitching matchup. But the Blue Jays are minus 147.5 is your total. Joe Ryan and Max Scherzer. Joe Ryan will have the pitching advantage in this one. 25 appearances, 24 starts, a 12-6 record with a 2.96 ERA. He almost got traded. Well, supposedly he almost got traded. 143 innings pitched, 47 earned runs, 28 walks, and 159 strikeouts. If you're a Twins fan, you watch about 1 out of 5 Twins games, and it's when Joe Ryan's on the mound. Other than that, this team's hard to watch. On the opposite side, Max Scherzer, who has pitched, I feel like he's pitched more than 11 times this year. No, he's pitched 11 times this year. That's nuts. 4-2 record with a 3.6 ERA and 60 innings pitched, 24 earned runs, 15 walks, and 56 strikeouts. Joe Ryan, obviously pitching advantage in this one. Hitting advantage. Both of them against righties. I believe Toronto's top 5 in baseball. 111 WRC plus versus right-handed pitching. Twins is 98. So hitting advantage goes towards the Blue Jays. Pitching advantage goes towards the Twins. Split down the middle. And we go and we look at where the line is moving. And it is not really moving. It opened up at like 135, 138 area. And it went all the way up to 145, then back down to this number. So not really any interest in that one. And the line's gone from 8 to 7.5, which makes sense. Where's the money going? A lot of money on Toronto. And the line's not moving. A lot of money is on the under, too. Man, I kind of want to take Minnesota today. I'm not going to. I'm going to stay off this game. But Minnesota seems very interesting today. God, I really want to bet Minnesota. Is there something wrong with me? There's probably something wrong with me. I want to bet Minnesota. I'm going to bet Minnesota. Screw it. I'm taking it. Give me the Twins here. If you're going to back the Twins and want to feel comfortable with it, I feel like the best option is when Joe Ryan's on the mound. 120, 132. I can get 132 with the Twins. Let's bet the Twins today. Backing Joe Ryan. To the TikTok chat. Blue Jays' first pitcher is 41, and he didn't do good this season at pitching. Take the under. Blue Jays pitcher. You mean Max Scherzer, who's going to be a Hall of Famer? And he was injured most of the year. I'm just trying to figure that one out for you. Unknown, appreciate you following. Bring him back to Houston. Who, Scherzer? Scherzer played in Houston? No, he didn't. Verlander did. Lindor hit. Oh, Joe Ryan might have played in Houston. Sorry. Lindor hit today is cash. Could be. Montgomery, home run of the day. That's interesting. Montgomery for the White Sox. Okay. White Sox look good. Look good today. They could. Who do they got today? Versus Kansas City. Hey, I'm down for that. I have a bet with one of my subscribers on YouTube that Kansas City misses the playoffs. I have missed. He has make. If you're going to take Twins, look at the White Sox. I will be looking at the White Sox team. It might not be a similar situation though. I took it over on outs. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Let's continue. We'll look over my New York Mets. They're against the Philadelphia Phillies. This is a big series. If the Phillies win the series, the division's over. We'll call it the division is over if the Phillies win this series, and it's not gonna. And that's it. But this is one of the games that I actually have to go to freaking MLB in order to get it because it's Christopher Sanchez taking on Kodai Senga. That's not Christopher Sanchez this year, 11-4 record with 25 starts with a 2.46 ERA, 157 innings pitched, 169 strikeouts with a 1.1 WHIP. On the opposite side, by the way, Christopher Sanchez is now, I believe, second place in the National League for Cy Young vote odds. Kodai Senga this year, 7-5 record and a 2.58 ERA in 20 starts, 104 and 2/3 innings pitched, 99 strikeouts and a 1.25 WHIP. He has been struggling as of lately. Christopher Sanchez does have the pitching advantage in this one. I'm not going to be crazy and say that Kodai Senga has it. He doesn't. In terms of hitting, I believe the Phillies have hitting advantage in this one too. Philly 109 WRC plus versus righties. Mets versus lefties is not good. Mets 97 WRC plus. So yeah, hitting and pitching advantage both towards the Philadelphia Phillies in this one. Line movement is taking us towards the Phillies on this one. I'm going to end up taking the Phillies today. What's the best line I can get on them? And here's the thing. Here's your proof. I'm not a Mets homer. Mets, one of their biggest games of the year that they absolutely need to win. I'm taking the Phillies. I'm going to be taking the run line because if I'm going to be back in the Phillies, I got to get some plus money. 135, plus 135 on the Philly run line. Philly's just got everything: pitching, hitting, and market edge. Hitting, pitching, and market edge for Philly. So Philly's run line, there you go, against my Mets. Marte looks good for the Mets, hopefully. Juan Soto might hit a home run. You could say that almost every day. Yeah, Sanchez number 2. Yeah, word. Everyone subscribe to him so you can cash, treat yourself, don't cheat yourself, stay humble. Damn right, Rowdy. If you guys are not following up on TikTok, do so. We're trying to hit 1,300 followers on TikTok. I believe we're about 30 away, 31, 32 away, something like that. So make sure you guys are following TikTok so that you guys, so we can hit 1,300, which Shabuda and the Sports Addict, appreciate you guys following the TikTok. And yeah, you're on. Robert's on the same page, taking the Phillies with me today. I hate doing it, but sometimes you just need to make money. And guess what? If I lose that bet because the Mets win, I'm totally okay with that. 100% okay with that. So there you go. Philly run line. We'll head to the next game, which is the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. We got to go to MLB for this one too. Eduardo Rodriguez taking on Brandon Woodruff. The Brewers are minus 170 with a total of 8. Rodriguez this year, a 5-7 record with a 5.4 ERA in 22 starts, 116 and 2/3 innings pitched, 115 strikeout, and a 1.61 WHIP. He has not been good at all. On the opposite side, you've got Woodruff, who since coming back has been good. 8 starts with a 2.47 ERA and a 4-1 record. You've got in 43 and 2/3 innings pitched, 55 strikeouts, and a 0.85 WHIP. So he's been really good. Pitching advantage towards Brandon Woodruff. Hitting advantage, Milwaukee versus lefties is 5th in baseball at 109 WRC+. Arizona versus righties, though, still number 2 in baseball at 115 WRC+. So hitting advantage is going to go towards Arizona, so this one is split down the middle. We'll look at line movement in this game and see whether or not it likes anything, and there has not really been any line movement. 171 to a 172 since open. Most of the money, a lot of money's on Milwaukee, but I'm not taking Arizona in this one, so this one's going to be a pass. No real interest in this game. Good luck today, brothers. See you at the window. Stay humble. You too. What's up, NYC? You're saying yo, and you're saying foolies. I am on the Phillies. I took their run line. And if I lose that bet, I lose that bet. I'm all right with that. I'm a Mets fan, so that one hurt to bet, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make that money. Diamondbacks over 8, minus 120. I don't know if I trust that with Woodruff on the mound. Woodruff has been great, so not sure if I can agree with you on that one. Let's keep on rolling. We've got 6 games left. We'll look at the Royals and the White Sox. The Royals are minus 125 with a total of 8.5. Another one I have to go over to MLB. Is it Noah Cameron? No. And Shane Smith. Yeah, Noah Cameron. 7-5 record this year with a 2.53 ERA, 18 starts, a 103 innings pitched, 83 strikeouts, and a 1.07 WHIP. On the opposite side, you've got Mr. Shane Smith, all-star Shane Smith, 3-7 record with a 4.12 ERA, 22 innings pitched, 107 strikeouts, 107 innings pitched, 102 strikeouts, and a 1.29 WAR at Wake Forest. There you go. Pitching advantage, I'm going to have to give to Cameron in this game. Cameron's been great. Hitting advantage is going to go towards Kansas City because actually, let's take a look. White Sox 93 WRC plus. It might actually go towards the White Sox because the White Sox have actually been hitting lefties. So that and then no, it still goes. The hitting advantage still goes to Kansas City by 1 WRC plus. So hitting and pitching advantage both with the Kansas City Royals. And the line movement is going towards the White Sox. So I'm going to have to stay off of this game. But with everything the way, with the line movement the way it is, it's White Sox or nothing. But I'm not going to be able to get to it because of Kansas City having the hitting and pitching edge. Vinny home run. Dude, Vinny's been great, dude. I believe his home run streak snapped, but didn't he have like a home run streak of like 4 games in a row? He was on fire. Eric saying Royals money line. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I can. Let's continue. Pirates and the Cardinals. Why are the Pirates so close? Oviedo and McGreevy. I guess McGreevy has not been good this year. Oviedo this year, 4.5 ERA. Oh, he's pitched twice this year. Okay, I'm not going crazy with him. He's pitched 2 times this year, which is nothing. He's allowed 3 earned runs in 6 innings. So not really anything I can get involved with that one. On the opposite side, you get McGreevy, who has actually been meh. Last couple of starts have been all right. 5 earned runs in his last 3 starts, so it's better. 10 appearances, 9 starts, a 5-2 record with a 4.26 ERA in 57 innings pitched. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to McGreevy just because we've actually seen him pitch more than twice in the last 2 years. Yeah, there you go. Pirates are off of a sweep. Oh, they played Colorado. Okay. Not really worried about that one. Both of them are against righties. Pittsburgh is the second worst team against righties in baseball, only in front of Colorado. So St. Louis has hitting and pitching advantage in this one. Do they have the market edge? Not really, because this line hit 140 and then it's dropped back down to 126. So another game I'm just not going to get involved with. The line has gone from 8 to 7.5, telling me that an under could be in play. But once again, just not anything I feel need to go crazy and get involved with. So this one will be another pass for me. I still have a decent-sized card, especially earlier in the card, but lately just not really getting to anything. One chat here. Pirates team total over. I don't know if I could trust that. I would look towards an under in that game. 4 games left. We get the Angels and the Rangers. Rangers are minus 170, 7.5 total. That can only mean one thing, and it's Jacob deGrom pitching versus Soriano. That's actually a good pitching matchup. I like that. Soriano this year, an 8-9 record with a 4 ERA, 26 innings pitched, 148 and 2/3 innings pitched, 130 strikeouts with a 1.38 whip. Jacob deGrom is back to being Jacob deGrom, and I love to see it. Because I like Jacob deGrom. I want him to do well. He just was never healthy, so he wasn't worth the money. 10-5 record with a 2.76 ERA in 24 starts, 140 innings pitched, 148 strikeouts, and a 0.93 whip. So he's actually been really freaking good this year, which is awesome to see for baseball. He has the pitching advantage in this game. Hitting advantage is going to go towards the Angels by 1 WRC plus. Because, once again, Texas hitting is garbage. And I still should have gotten at least 1 or 2 bats at the deadline. But they got a pitcher. And Texas is fading quickly, which is interesting. Line is moving more towards the Angels in this game than anything. Because it opened up in the 180 area, and now it's down to the 170. And that's with all the money coming in on the Angels. All the money coming in on the Rangers. We're grabbing a big dog today. Give me the Angels. I'm grabbing LA in this game. I know it's DeGrom. I know it's DeGrom, but I don't care. I can get plus 150. Yeah, 150 with the Angels. I'm taking a dog here. Let's ride. What are your plays? Rangers crushing lately. Yeah, but I'm not really as worried about that. What are your plays so far? Orioles, Marlins, Rays, Twins, Philly run line, and Angels. Those are the plays so far. Over Halos, yes. I'm on the Twins. Yes, I'm on the Twins. Stay with you. Yes, Robert, I am. 3 games left. This one should be fun. Padres and the Mariners. Mariners are minus 126 with a total of 8.5 in this game. JP Sears pitching for the Padres, and Miller is going for the Mariners. JP Sears this year, 24 starts with a 8-10 record. His ERA sitting probably just short of about 5 ERA and 122 innings pitched. I'm trying to do the math because he's pitched for 2 different teams. 67 earned runs, 31 walks, and 103 strikeouts. He's been solid. Definitely has been solid. On the opposite side, you got Miller, who has pitched. Will be his second time pitching since June. Allowed 4 earned runs in his last start. He's pitched 11 times this year now to a 2-5 record, a 5.87 ERA and 53 innings pitched, 35 earned runs, 25 walks, and 43 strikeouts. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Mr. Sears. JP Sears is getting my pitching advantage in this one. We got that. We go to hitting advantage. Seattle versus lefties. 10th in baseball, 104 WRC plus. In terms of Padres versus righties, the Padres are sitting at 104 WRC plus. So both of them sitting at 104. So no hitting advantage today in this game. Just a pitching advantage towards San Diego. Let's see the line movement. Not really anything to get involved with. It opened up around 120, got up to 133 for Seattle, and then dropped back down. Nothing I'm going to get involved with. So this one's going to be another pass, but it should be a fun game to watch. I can't put 1 cent on the Twins. That's fair. Did you say Rays? I believe I did say Rays. I did say Rays versus the Guardians. Do you think our Mutts will miss the playoffs? You mean the Mets? I hope not. They shouldn't, but that's the Mets, so who knows. What money line do you like today? Orioles, Marlins, Rays, Twins, Angels. I'm on all of them. JP Series is like 2-11 versus the Mariners. Okay? I'm not as concerned about those numbers. Fading the Padres today. Okay. I mean, I'm hoping that the Mariners can start winning down the stretch, so I'm kind of with you on that one. And then Seattle run line today, tighten up. Good luck. And then how in the world does Matsui on San Diego in the MLB have a 5.4 ERA in the last 7 days? He probably hasn't pitched well in the last 7 days. So there you go. Keep in mind, isn't Matsui a reliever? One bad starter, one bad inning, and your ERA can balloon. So keep that in mind when you look at that stuff. 2 games left. We got the Tigers and the Oakland Athletics. I'm always going to call them Oakland. I don't care what people say. It's another one I'm going to have to go to MLB to get the pitching matchup. Tariq Skubal versus Ginn. Skubal this year is going to win the American League Cy Young. 11-3 record with a 2.32 ERA. And 25 innings pitched, 159 innings pitched, 200 strikeouts, and a 0.87 whip, which is freaking nuts. Skubal is great. Not going to sell him short on anything. Get on the opposite side is just not there. Obviously, Skubal is going to have the pitching advantage. It's more of a bullpen game. 17 appearances, 10 starts, 2-5 record with a 4.95 ERA, 66 strikeouts, and 60 innings pitched with a 1.37 whip. So yes, obviously the pitching advantage is going towards the Tigers. Hitting advantage, Athletics versus lefties. Can actually hit lefties, 105 WRC plus, so that's pretty solid for them. Tigers against righties are 103. So the Angels actually have the hitting advantage in this one. not Angels, Athletics has the hitting advantage in this one, which is kind of fun. Then we go to the line movement where line's actually moving towards the Athletics. This one actually might be an Athletics play. Let's see where the money's going in. All the money's coming in on Detroit. I want to go Athletics here. I don't care who's pitching. Give me the A's. I know I get burnt on them a lot, but I don't care. Got to have the mind of a goldfish. Whenever you lose with the team a bunch of times, does not matter. You continue to bet them. Because it can't be single game oriented at all. So, hitting and market edge with Oakland. Plus 170 with Oakland. There we go. Let's head back to the chats. I call them the Redskins. Same. I call them the Unions still. So there you go. Like the A's plus 1.5. Sure. No, Philly has a hit versus Senga. I find that very, very difficult to believe. I'm going to look it up, but I find that very difficult to believe. Because I could swear he's pitched against them before. No Philly has a hit versus Senga. Boehm is 1 for 5. Castellanos is 1 for 6. Harper is 1 for 2. Kepler does not. Marsh is 1 for 4. Realmuto doesn't have a hit. Schwarber doesn't have a hit. Sosa doesn't have a hit. Stott is 1 for 5, and Turner doesn't have a hit. They have hits. Nobody has a home run. But in terms of hits, no, they definitely have hits versus them. For sure. Tigers, team total over. No, I'm on the Athletics today. Plus 170. Final game of the day. Got to go back to MLB for this one. Reds and the Dodgers. Please, Dodgers, do your damn job. We got Hunter Green taking on Sheehan. Hunter Green is going to have the pitching advantage in this one off the rip. I already know that. Hunter Green this year, 5-3 in his 13 starts, a 2.63 ERA and 72 innings pitched, 91 strikeouts and a 0.93 WHIP. He's been phenomenal. On the opposite side, you got Sheehan, who has pitched 9 times, 7 starts, a 4-2 record with a 4.17 ERA and 41 innings pitched, 44 strikeouts, and a 1.24 WHIP. So pitching advantage is towards Green. Hitting advantage, both of them going up against righties. The Dodgers are tied for third in baseball with a 115 WRC plus, which is going to have the pitching advantage over the Reds, who are hitting. Where's the Reds WRC plus numbers? 99, so below average. We'll go and look at the line movement in this one, where we are split down the middle. And the line is going in the Cincinnati Reds direction. Line's also going towards an under. All right, the money and everything makes sense. It's probably a red spot tonight, but I'm going to stay off of this game. No real kind of anything to push me in that direction, so pass on this one to end. I don't know if I see an over just because I like Hunter Green. So, Reds. It's Reds or nothing. I agree, but it's going to be nothing for me. But that is everything for today. Why do I like the O's today? You've got the Boston Red Sox coming off of Sunday Night Baseball in a series versus their biggest rival in the Yankees. They took 3 out of 4 games. I just think it's a huge letdown spot for the Boston Red Sox. Not to mention Saganu versus a bullpen game. I will take Saganu all day. So that's why I kind of like the Athletics. The Orioles today is because of that. So Orioles. Yes, Orioles today. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. Why Marlins? Dude, you got to come by for the show. I go over all these games. Marlins have the pitching advantage. I like Edward Cabrera over Strider. They have the hitting advantage. The WRC plus numbers versus righties are better than the Braves. And the market is moving in their direction, turning them from a dog to a slight favorite. So I do like the Marlins today, yes. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Why Rays? Once again, same deal. They have the hitting advantage for me, and they have a market edge. So I like the Rays in that game. Plus, the Cleveland Guardians are really starting to slow down. So there you go. What's your favorite lean? My favorite lean. I don't really care about my leans. I don't really have a favorite bet today. I bet all my stuff the same. If anything, maybe Minnesota. Glenn, you still like the Mets? I'm on Philly today. I'll be rooting for the Mets because I'm a diehard Mets fan, but I'll be on Philly today. That's going to do it for the stream. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out, guys.